Hello, how's everybody? This is Jehovah Witness, ex-Jehovah Witness. I haven't get one in a while, but as far as the my my videos that I give, this is gonna be well. I'll tell you the title, but I'm just talking about this. I mean, like it's very important the way I do my YouTubes for ex-Jehovah Witnesses. One thing I make sure of is that when I give one, it doesn't have a shelf life. What I mean by that is it's just as important and relevant now. So I do have ex Jehovah Witness tapes. I mean YouTubes for people who are just coming. There's a lot of beautiful information, informative information that I have already given on this YouTube's channel. And the most important thing is that you have to go back and see how it's progressed since I've been doing the ex-Jehovah Witness YouTubes. So now, anyway, this one is about gossip. I mean, I have to say gossip because I don't know 100% sure, but it was from my brother, which is a very reliable source. He usually knows what's happening. And I don't really say it unless like it may affect, the ex-Jehovah Witnesses. But what the gossip is, I have to say gossip because I'm not 100% sure. He was telling me, I just got in from work and it's cold outside, I'm just letting you know. So what he was saying was that, like somebody that's Jehovah Witness that usually didn't talk to him now talks to him. So not just that, but then I'm getting the whole situation kind of messed. I mean, it's not really clear, but the way I'm going to say it is unclear about the situation totally. But what's said is totally clear. Like he said, somebody was in the car or something. Okay, so this part I'm not really sure. And they were talking to him, and then they said, it seems like a younger person or whatever. They said that the Jehovah Witnesses. Oh, there's a sad part to it too. A happy, a good, and a sad part. But what was said was that the brothers. I'm sorry, I have to say quote unquote ex-Jehovah Witnesses know what I'm talking about. The brothers said that they can speak to the ex-Jehovah Witnesses now because they're trying to get back sheep or something like that. I mean, what they said, of course, we already went over it. We already know how everything is, okay? But the major thing is you have to see how things are happening. Like I said, if you follow what's been happening on the YouTube and the conversations that I've given and stuff like that throughout the YouTubes, it all goes together. And we talk about something like this. So if it's true, I mean, like, what else? Is there any other information about that event? And so what they're saying is that, like the brothers or the governing body or whatever said that they can speak to the ex-Jehovah Witnesses now. So that means a lot of things, like all the things that we were saying was true anyway, saying that some Jehovah Witnesses were saying that no, that we always could speak. So now this is clear that it was true that they couldn't speak to us, and it was their fault. They're actually if they say that, they're actually stating the fact that they were wrong. But they didn't say that they were wrong because they're talking to the Jehovah Witnesses. So that means that they're telling the Jehovah Witnesses, which has a closed mind, and for all of them to say that they're letting us, which is kind of sad. That's the sad part. If it's true, you know what I mean? They have to have somebody telling them. So that means their minds. It's really just the sad part to me. But anyway, so remember when we talked, a lot of people who follow all my YouTubes, because we actually talked about this, and I said, what would you do if they talk to us, if we're able to talk to us? So you have to go back to those tapes. But it's nice for the people who follow the station, because this is what the station is about. It's about developing something and continually growing, and things change with the times, So that's the gossip. So if it is true, you have to kind of really think about like how you're going to handle this situation. It seems like something really small, but I'm almost sure it seems like it's true, because my brother just, everything that he stated was always, true. Okay, it always turned out to be all right. So now we have to figure out, and I know there's, especially my friend, I haven't talked to her in a long time, but she could really go to the nitty gritty about it and find out if it's true. So that's the information. If it's true, what I was saying, that you really have to think about how you're gonna handle this situation. Okay. For me, I would just still be myself. I wouldn't try and contact them, but I would wait for them to contact me. Okay. And I would be very patient. I would just follow all the rules that I formerly said in my other YouTube videos. So it's very important that, like I said, those of you who follow the station and follow how we grew through this time will know how to deal, how I feel, and the information that we gained on how to deal with this situation if it is true. So we have to think about that, I'm not going to say what he said, but it appears that it wouldn't make him any difference or whatever. But to me, I thought it was a good idea. I thought it was, oh yeah, it's great, you know what I mean? And I'm waiting for the calls. I don't know if they'll be like calls, but it's just like, I think that they would think that we would make the first move, which I don't think that we would, but let's see. You never can tell, But first I have to hear it from other people and see if it's true. So this one's not really that long, but I wanted to give another one. I'm actually in the process of making another video on fear and not fear and like not fear, like persecution, okay? Like persecution and discrimination. It's like how they feel that they're being discriminated against, that Jehovah Witnesses feel like they're being discriminated against, that Jehovah Witnesses feel like they're being persecuted. And I also added something about today's Jews. The reason why I talk about them, because there's a lot of ex-Jehovah Witnesses that feel that, and the reason why I say I feel, and I don't know if it's true yet, because I couldn't find the precise information on it, that there's today's Jews, which owns the Jehovah Witnesses. I'm pretty much sure that it's true. So that's why I link that together with it, okay? I'm able to talk about it because before, like I said, I was in a different kind of state of mind, thinking that today's Jews were the ones that were just so great and all this other stuff, which is very wrong, because everybody's in the same position. And I know that this was something that was made up, just like the Jehovah Witnesses, in the way that their mind was, the way that their minds, I'm not going to say, I can say manipulated, okay? I also think, and I'm not talking about all today's Jews, but I'm talking about the today's Jews, which are leaders. And, everybody's talked about, and everybody has done something that was negative for the world. And this one group that we never are afraid to mention about, But I don't think that we should be afraid now because it's the truth. And I put them in it, which this is the one I'm working on now, is because this, all this information, everything that I've learned has geared toward that situation. Because I studied so much about the Jehovah Witnesses, and I found out, how our minds were manipulated, and then, well, then how do I find that also minds were manipulated out here in the regular world with the Christians also. And the Christians but the Christians have done very well because they don't discriminate. And that's what the whole thing is about. It's about who is actually discriminating, who is actually being persecuted. And a lot of people don't realize, because it's just the way that the mind works. It's because of the fact that we have always felt, and I know this is for the black people too, mostly because how we have not, we believe it. Okay, we know that Jesus and all of the Jews that love Jesus, okay? But then when we heard, and this isn't the past because I'm sure we don't think or feel that way now. And because we store this information we love so much, the people that who loved Jesus Christ, and Jesus was Jewish, that when we heard that, hey, Jewish, we just automatically thought that these were the same people. But it's the way that the leaders of today's Jews, how they never told us that, hey, no, we're not those people. We're not the Jews that loved Jesus, and they never talked about him. So anyway, that's what I'm getting into. It's kind of scattered now because I'm still making this tape on this one, on that one, because I feel that the Jehovah Witnesses always feel like they're being persecuted and they're being discriminated upon, when in actuality, they're the ones that discriminate and they're the ones that persecute, but it's hidden from them because it's done with language, okay? And that's the whole thing. So but the major point on this one that I wanted to tell you was about the gossip about the brothers, quote unquote, the Jehovah Witness brothers or ex-brothers. I guess we can call them ex-brothers. Has decided that they're going to let the Jehovah Witnesses speak to the ex-Jehovah Witnesses. Okay, so that's it on this, and I'll listen to the comments if they come in really quick on this one. I don't really, because it's so busy. I'm not kidding. I can't really read all the comments, but this one's going to be interesting, and I hope my friend will help me out on this one. So thank you very much, and this is my new ex-Jehovah Witness tape, and looking forward to the next one, which is going to be on discrimination and how the Jehovah Witnesses feel they're being discriminated and they're being persecuted against. Thank you very much. In actuality, they can't be discriminated. I'll put that in the other one. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.